Hello, everybody. Welcome back to this YouTube channel. Welcome back to Academia Unplugged. I am so glad you came back. If you're a returning subscriber, hey there. I hope you enjoyed the last video. And if you are a new subscriber or listener or viewer, welcome, welcome. It's a warm space here. It's very nice. It's very nice. And I hope that you stay. And one way to support the channel is to really just engage with the channel, watch till the end, and like, share, comment, and subscribe. So that apparently the algorithm will know that a lot of people are interested in such content. Also, I cannot absolutely believe I have become a content creator. It's absolutely bizarre for me. But anyway, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed last week's video, and I hope you found it insightful. In today's video, we are going to be talking mostly about me. I know, right? That's a little bit weird. Yes. I just thought that, one of the hosts of this channel, I thought I would introduce myself to everybody and sort of, we get to know each other. So comment down below what you think the next video should be about, what you would like to know, and what you think about this video. So let's get right into it. Also, maybe if you see me looking down, if you're watching, I am looking at the notes that I made so that I am able to not forget some of the things that I want to say. But if you're listening, that should be fine. So I'm going to give you a little bit of some insight into my academic journey, how I got to be where I am right now, and hopefully I can inspire somebody out there who's looking into getting into the same or a similar type of journey. And more than anything, I hope to, inspire someone out there not to give up. It's almost there. We're almost there. Okay? Don't give up. So, yes, my name is Nesisa, Analisa Nyathi. I am currently in my final year, PhD at the University of Basel in Switzerland. And I am majoring, or rather studying, environmental sciences, and I am focusing on ecosystem services and remote sensing in a transdisciplinary manner. So my study hopes to transcend multiple disciplines at the same time, and I hope that my reviewer somewhere out there thinks the same. So at least from my perspective, I hope to bring about change in vulnerable communities through the use, or the effective use of ecosystem services. If you are interested in knowing what ecosystem services are, what remote sensing is, just comment down below, and then maybe I can make a separate video regarding that, and we can get more into the nitty-gritties of what I study. But for now, I am in my final year PhD, which, by the way, I could not believe that I got into YouTube so late into my academic life, or rather into my PhD, because I should be writing my thesis, right? I know. Exciting times. But anyway, I finished high school in 2012. And just like everybody, I think I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life. At some point growing up, I thought I was going to be a chef. I used to love cooking. I thought I was going to have a talk show and cook while I'm talking. just give instructions on what to do and how to cook and how to cut tomatoes and onions. I thought that's what I was going to do. And at some point, I thought I would have a talk show on life and, just have a talk show. I used to watch a lot of Nolene, 3 Talk with Nolene. If you know, you know. And and then, in high school, I didn't really have a clear idea of what I wanted to do based on the subjects that I chose. And if you are from South Africa, you probably know that by the time you are in grade 10, from grade 9 transitioning into grade 10, you have to sort of like choose subjects that will help you hopefully gain admission for university by the time you are done with your matric or by the time you have matriculated. So I really had like smart friends in high school. Everybody sort of chose physics and mathematics, pure mathematics, and I thought, okay, if they can do it, why can't I? So I went with the flow. I chose physics and I chose maths. I chose life sciences, and I thought those were my core 3 subjects that would help me choose the perfect career or the perfect course as soon as I got into university. It was until the second term of grade 10 that I had a rude realization that I was not as smart as I thought I was, and I failed maths and physics, and it was not the best feeling. It was not the best feeling. From then on, I was embarrassed because I was always sort of like in the top 10. At some point I had like awards, especially in my grade 9. So getting the kind of marks that I got for my second term results in grade 10, that was not the plan that I had for my future at all. So in the end, I had to switch. I took the other maths, I shall not mention it by name for security reasons. And then I chose geography, computer applications technology, and life sciences. I stuck to life sciences because I really liked it. So from high school, we had like a session where we were advised about our careers, and I ended up going to the University of Johannesburg for my first degree. And so then I thought, firstly, I would do psychology because I used to love psychoanalyzing people. Maybe I still do a little bit now, but and I thought I would do psychology, but I remember the one time I even told my sister that I'm actually going to be into psychology. I'm going to be a psychologist. And then she was like, no. I guess she also didn't want to tell me at the time, but I soon realized that no, psychology was not for me. And then I thought I was going to do law. Actually, in fact, I used to watch a lot of Boston Legal in my younger days, and I thought I would be a criminal lawyer and fight for the criminals. Yeah, I wanted to do that, and I used to call myself Lisa Crane. I thought I used to think that I was Denny Crane's daughter. Yeah, and that didn't come into fruition because my moral compass wouldn't let me. Not that I'm saying criminal lawyers today don't have a moral compass, but I've done some things, okay. But yeah, I ended up choosing geography and anthropology. Why, if you may ask? Because primarily when I first heard of it, I thought, wow, what a fancy term. What is anthropology? Just what is it? And I thought, if I really meet someone and I introduce myself and I say, hi, my name is Nesisa, Analisa, Nyathi, and I'm a medical anthropologist. people would be like, well, damn, what is that? And I found peace and I found joy in doing something that sounded complicated. I didn't really care much for geography because I didn't like the modules that were presented to us in the first few years of the course, of the degree rather. And so I was so invested into anthropology until my third year, where we had a whole 6 months of anthropology and religion, really, and that changed my life. I thought, oh my word, I do not want to find myself in situations that I don't want to find myself in, or even now. So yeah, then I found love in geography, but more specifically in remote sensing. I really loved working with the computer, and I really loved the capabilities of what remote sensing and GIS would do. And so then that's what I did for my honors degree. I ventured into remote sensing and GIS, and after that I sort of got into my master's degree, still at the University of Johannesburg, for both my honors and my master's degree, specializing in sustainable urban planning and development, and remote sensing for conservation areas in vulnerable sort of communities. And I did this in partnership with the Beijing Normal University in China. And yeah, today I find myself in Switzerland doing my final year PhD in environmental sciences, still working in the ecosystem services sort of topic, and remote sensing as well. I love remote sensing so much. So yeah, my academic journey, quote unquote, hasn't been a linear one since high school. It has been, bumpy rides in terms of deciding what I wanted to be. And of course, I didn't fall into academia. I really love doing research. I also really enjoy being able to have a positive impact in society or for communities through my mind. I knew very earlier on in my life that I would never be a medical doctor because I cannot deal with some of the things that they deal with, like blood. But I also wanted to have like a positive impact on society or my community, if we would put it like that. So that is why I find myself in such an academic space for positive impact. I really have a passion for people. I have a passion for humanity, and I have a passion for the progress of humanity. And so through research, I think we are able to have a certain level of impact, be it small or be it big. We tend to delve into topics or, research which either directly or indirectly impact human well-being. So this is why I am into academia. This is why I love research. And also primarily, I thought research has money. To be honest with you, I thought that at some point research would have a lot of money. Excuse me. As I was saying, I really thought academia had a lot of money. I really honestly thought that academic people, professors, PhD students, doctors, not like PhDs, like people that hold PhDs have like so much money. And I thought, oh my God, this is like one of the cheat codes to getting rich. I still believe this up until today. I don't know why, but I felt like if I'm able to use my brain and come up with innovative solutions, but also make money, count me in. Like, sign me up, But I got to realize that it's not really the case. I mean, people were always traveling. my professors were always away in the field in some country or in like conferences or something like that, and I used to think, okay, that's really fancy, and I want that for myself. I really wanted that for myself. So then I was like, okay, there we go, academia it is. But I didn't know. If I knew what I know now about academia, I think I would still do it again, but maybe differently. And it says here, what are my experiences in the academic journey and the challenges I have faced? I have failed. I have been rejected before for like publications or grants. At first, the first time you get rejected in academia, you feel like, oh my word, these people don't think I'm intelligent. These people don't think I'm smart enough to do what I do. These people don't trust my capabilities, or whoever read my proposal thought, what is she thinking? And rightfully so, because this is just like in any working space, you find competition. How many are we in the world, and we are all fighting for the same thing, like a livelihood. And so there's always someone with a better idea with you. There's always someone who is smarter than you, someone who is more eloquent than you, or someone who does things or does exactly the same thing as you, but does it differently and much more innovative and smarter and all of that. And you tend to doubt yourself, especially after a rejection. So I have faced that. I have had to apply for grants and I was not accepted, or apply for conferences where they were like, no, or apply for funding to attend conferences and they're like, nah, you look for your own money, girl. Or situations where you submit a manuscript, you want to publish, and the editors are just like, yeah, this is not sufficient novelty for us, so no. And so some of these things, they sort of break you down, or reduce your morale, or but it's all part of this academic journey. And I think more than anything, it reinforces the reasons why you want to do what you do, and it also gives you the motivation to be better, and the motivation to be innovative, also the motivation to collaborate and have a collaborative spirit with other disciplines or other students, or it's a rude way to get forced into thinking outside of the box, if I can put it in that way. So those are some of the challenges that I've faced in academia. Mainly rejection, yes. And how do I deal with these rejection? What are my other, setbacks? I've had setbacks, sometimes in academia, when you're an academic. And I think also it's such a misconception to not really say a misconception. Growing up, I always used to think that professors are like old people, or like old white men who, are scary and unapproachable, or like women who are constantly busy and they don't have time. I mean, it's partly like that, but but now you find that there's younger people from all over the world that are getting into academia, especially doing their PhDs in different fields, or their master's degree, or any postgraduate degree, really. So many more people doing this now, and the age range is sort of reducing. And so sometimes you are forced to adapt. So adaptability can sometimes come across as a setback. For example, you constantly have to be moving. You cannot be static unless you get a professorship with tenure, where you are you're permanently employed. Then that's the best optimum solution. But with academia, you don't really have a set employment, like a permanent position somewhere, unless you are in some part of the world where they offer such opportunities. Most people in academia are encouraged to move and collaborate with other institutions, so you cannot be stagnant or stay, say, in one place, one department for over a long period of time. Although that's good for your growth, excuse me, it also somehow makes you not good for growth in terms of academics, and also collaborations. You collaborate, you move departments. One day you might find yourself in South Africa, the next you are in Switzerland, the next you are going back to Kenya, or you are somewhere in another department where you were really forced to interact and to grow with other academics and other disciplines. So somehow that could be a setback, because we are growing older and you also want like some level of stability in your life. But if you are an academic that, is fluid, and you have a family that is ready to support you through every decision, then I think that may also present itself as not a setback. But, to deal with such things, you need to have a very supportive family. You need to have a very supportive front, supportive friends, supportive partner, supportive person who will see your vision and your dream and see how you are going to achieve that vision in terms of how you go forward. So yeah, I don't want to blab too much about it, but yeah, that's possibly how you navigate like sort of the setback of not being able to feel like you are behind, or you are playing catch up with the rest of everybody in the world. And also having setbacks in terms of rejection in an academic space sort of gives you room for redirection. So that's how you navigate setbacks. You come back, you withdraw, and you go back to the drawing board. You think about, okay, what have I done wrong? Where can I improve? And be teachable, have a teachable spirit. I mean, I know academics, sometimes we are very hard-headed and we think we know everything. Of course we don't. But yeah, have a teachable spirit, and also acknowledge correction and acknowledge that you can improve in that area where you have had a setback, and really just collaborate more, meet people, socialize, network, and maybe then you will find like different ways of dealing with different kinds of setback. And when you do that, you tend to realize that you are actually not the only person who's going through things like this. And just like in industry, people have similar problems. Also, it's the same in academia. You find people that have similar problems as you, people that have also been rejected, and having these conversations with them sort of also puts you in a path where you can really cement yourself in areas where you have room for improvement. And advice. In terms of advice, what advice would I give to someone who wants to start their postgraduate degree? I mean, yeah, that's a good question, right? I don't know. I feel like I would say go for it. No matter where you come from, go for it. Don't look at who you are, what you have, and how you have what you have. Just go for it. And I mean, I know we all come from different backgrounds, and some people are more, prone to having resources more than other people. But I think that with passion, with determination, and of course resources, we need resources around us to be able to see our passions through. But with all of these things, you are sort of able to get going, to fuel yourself into getting that passion going. Just start. Start and be true to yourself. Be true to what you believe in. no matter what, people are always going to say like negative stuff. Oh, you are not smart enough. Oh no, it's because of affirmative action. Oh no, it's because of someone felt sorry for you when they thought, oh yeah, you can actually do it in academia. Or there's always going to be noise. Just close out the noise. Read. I know there's this misconception about, oh, academics are boring. Yeah, we are, but like, not to that point, not to that extent. But, you know, try find yourself in situations where you are knowledgeable, you are able to converse, you're able to pen down your aims and your objectives if you are on a project, or if you want to choose a subject. For example, if you're in high school, or if you are in the early stages of your bachelor degree, or even at your master's level, you can just, seek guidance, ask questions, and you will always find someone who's willing to help you, someone who's willing to go the extra way, the extra step, just so that you are comfortable, and someone who's, people are always ready to help if you ask questions. And also, I would say that be resilient. I think when you are resilient and you are true to yourself, then nothing can ever stop you. You are unstoppable. You can absolutely do it. No matter how long it takes, no matter how old you are, or how young you are, or how immature you think you are, or, just be resilient and you can do it. Just keep doing it. Read, apply, don't be scared. Don't listen to naysayers, and take care of yourself. Take good care of yourself, and, go out there and conquer the world. I think that would be advice that I would give to, someone who's up and coming. To my younger self, in third year, I would say, yeah, don't be shy. Don't be shy to ask questions again. Don't be shy to reach out. Find that supervisor, email that supervisor. You never know if the supervisor is looking for students, or you never know if your ideas will change the world, or will just change you, or will just change whoever you were exposed to at that present moment. So I would say, yeah, do that. And if I weren't in academia, I think I would have probably worked at the bank. I think I would have probably worked at the bank because I like the sound of money. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think money makes the world go round, but also there's other things that make the world go round. But if I weren't in academia, I'd probably be working somewhere at the bank. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope you enjoyed the content. And if I have missed something, just comment down below. I will try as hard as I can to answer your questions, or just DM me, or just send me a message, send me an email. All the details of the channel are there. I personally don't have any personal social media accounts like Instagram, Twitter, and all of that stuff, because that's a story for another day. But so follow us on Instagram. We are at _academic year unplugged on Instagram, and on LinkedIn. I think we haven't had a LinkedIn account yet. We will set that up quite soon. And just follow us on Instagram, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and I look forward to talking to you soon. And also subscribe to our other channel called Bio Virtues. There we will be talking about actual ethical stuff in academia, or ethical topics in biomedical ethics, which my co-host and I will sort of be doing separately. Yeah, thank you so much for joining me, and I hope that you come back again, and I hope that you tell your friends, tell your friends about this channel, and yeah, let's grow together. Bye.